Do you want to make a difference in the world? Well, if so, today's video is for you. We're going to talk about what one person can do to change the world. You know, I think each one of us wants to feel like we matter, that we're significant, that we have something to contribute to the world in which we live. And one day I was listening to an individual on a talk CD, and he said that one of his goals was to change the world. And I remember when he said that thinking, wow, that's a pretty grandiose goal, you know, to think that you can change the world. But then as he began to talk about it a little bit more, I had one of those aha experiences where I realized that the truth is every one of us changed the world. You know, Gandhi said that we should be the change that we want to see in the world. And in one of the Superman movies, there's a part where Superman was talking with his father here on planet Earth. And his father said to him, this is when Superman was beginning to see the powers that he had and possessed. And his dad said to him, you will change the world. For good or for bad, you will change the world. And that's the truth for each one of us. Because we exist and because we are part of this world, we are changing the world, and we're changing the world every single day. The question really is, how are we changing the world? And are we aware of how we're changing the world? So think about this. There's something that's called the butterfly effect, and Andy Andrews wrote a book called The Butterfly Effect. But what it says is that, and it's based on a scientific law that has been proven, that says that a butterfly, if all of the conditions are correct or accurate, a butterfly can flap its wings on one side of the world, and because of the butterfly flapping its wings, it will begin to push molecules of air, which will push other molecules of air, which will push other molecules of air, ultimately creating a hurricane on the other side of the world. So here's the truth about this, is that each one of us are doing things every single day that affect and influence the people around us. What we don't know is, how are we influencing them? And oftentimes we think that what we are doing or not doing doesn't matter, because we're so much in, you know, our little world, and we don't think that other people are paying attention to us, or we feel like we are insignificant, or we feel like we don't have any, you know, unique or amazing talents or skills or abilities. But everything that we do affects those around us, those that we come in contact with. It could be a kind word that you say to somebody passing them on the street, and because of that kind word, that affects them in such a way that causes them to do something that they wouldn't normally have done, that maybe leads to the person that they did that to doing something that they wouldn't have done, that leads to another person doing something, and that person then doing something that dramatically changes the world. And that never would have happened if you would have not said hello or smiled to that person on the street. So the truth is, every single thing that we do matters. If we truly knew and understood that, would that change the way that we live our life? Would it change the way that we do the things that we do? Would it change the way that we see other people and behave towards other people? Would it change the way that we treat ourselves? Would it change the amount of effort that we put into the things that we do? So here's the truth. Each one of us is changing the world every single day with everything that we do. But because we're unaware, because we're on autopilot, oftentimes we're asleep. We don't pay attention to how what other people are doing influences us and affects us, and we don't pay attention or notice of how what we are doing is making a difference, but are we making the difference in the best way that we possibly can? So here's my challenge for you. Know that you are changing the world. Make a decision to do the best that you can in everything that you do. Make a decision to see other people as people and to know that they matter and that everything that you do is influencing them to see themselves in more of a way of who they really are, or it's influencing them to see themselves as less than who they really are. And make a decision of how is it that you want to change the world, because there's no question that you are. But do you want to change the world and make it less of what it could be? Or do you want to change the world to make it all that it can be? So go out and change the world. If you've watched this video, you've probably had some ideas that have come into your head about things that you can do or others can do or have done to change the world. Share those in the comments below so others can see and learn from you as well, and keep on changing the world. If you want to know more about principle-based living and who we are and what we do, visit our website. You'll see it listed below.